Okay, so here you guys have to apply the concepts, previous concepts. So did you
Yeah.
read this first one?
Yes, I did. I got that.
So they are generating n mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. So we need to go from there. So proc means data equals to class, and your classification variable is sex, and then analysis variable is let's take height. Hmm,
You can wait.
output out equals to, sorry,
For var statement, we have to take the height and weight.
did they ask for both the analysis variables?
Yeah.
If you use both, it will give you for both, or else if you want, we can just simply use one. Okay, they didn't mention to use both. So n mean, median, and what else? Minimum, and then maximum. So here we got these statistics, right? Now what they are asking here in the, this is the first one. If you want, we can just simply give the variable names here itself instead of giving the slash auto name. There I have given slash auto name, right? If you want,
Yes.
underscore n, underscore mean, underscore median. So now here we got this first one. What they're asking in the second one, what did you observe here? They have concatenated mean and standard deviation. They combined these two, and they control
Yeah.
the decimals as well. And minimum and maximum also they combined. So in real time, the reports will be like this only. So here they are asking for two different, three different questions, but in real time, they'll give you one mock shell. So all these steps you need to do. So how do you get this mean and standard deviation, minimum and maximum together?
By concatenation.
Okay. So tell me the code for that. So here we have to create a new data set, class
Class,
2.
class one.
Yes, set
Class.
class 1, and here mean standard deviation. So here we have to concatenate mean, concatenate
Concatenating operator.
standard deviation. But what these variables are? What type of variables? Mean and standard deviation.
They are given the class.
These are the type. Type means either the numeric or the character,
Yeah.
right? So these two are the numeric variables here, but concatenation is a character variable. So if you
Oh, yes.
use character function for the numeric variables in the node, in the log window, it will give you a notes. Okay, those type of notes should not be there in a log window when we generate a report. So convert this into character
Character.
variable. How to convert into character?
What function?
Hmm?
By what function?
Yes, put function. Put of some format we need. And here what they have done, they have controlled the decimals here. Right, for mean,
Yes.
they have taken two decimals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can take
Fine.
5.2. And in between what is there? And
Count.
standard deviation in brackets, right? So here
Yeah.
concatenate with first open bracket. Now again standard deviation put off Here also control the decimals 4.1 and like this. Same way we have to do for minimum and maximum. So put off underscore minimum. Hmm. Here only one decimal and in between we had comma. So 4.1 concatenate with comma, again concatenate with put off underscore max comma 4.1, and also n also we have to convert into character variable, right? So here n equals to put off underscore n comma, how many decimals? No decimals, so 3.0. And now, after creating these new variables, we don't want these variables, right? Underscore std, all these we can drop them. So we can drop either by writing all, or we can keep the required variables. So here I've used underscore for each and every variable, right? So there is a shortcut for that. If you write like this drop, it will drop all the variables which starts with underscore. Okay, no need to write separately each and every variable. That's why here I have used underscore. So let's run
This
this.
code is recording, right, Priya?
Yes.
It,
Why it is not taking standard deviation? Oh, I haven't created standard deviation. Okay, let's take median here. Okay, see, did you get this output? Of course, we have to give the variable names in an order. So first give the n. Here I have written it end. So first write n and then mean SD and then minimum maximum. So did you understand this one?
mhm.
Okay. Next one is, what is the next question? Change the below, generate the below output using the class dataset in Sas help. So now here, according to this one, first we have to generate n, mean, SD, minimum, maximum, and then, okay,
We have
anyways,
to,
already we generated, so we can use the class 2 dataset.
yeah.
Okay. In class 2, how do we have these way, calculations, statistics?
Um,
These are the variables, right?
uh-huh.
But here in an output, they have shown in the form of an observation
Proc
horizontally.
transpose.
So how to convert that?
Proc transpose.
Yes. So here we have to transpose, and when you transpose, make sex values as in hmm, what is that?
Variables.
Is the variables. So proc transpose data equals to dataset name. What is that? Class 2 out equals to class 3. Your ID variable is sex, and your analysis variables are n, mean, SD, and then MNMX. Do we have any other variables? No, so no need to use by statement. See, now here we got this NM, mean, SD, and MNMX. But how they are looking here? First, here class statistics is there, so we have to change that, and key is there. So here we had underscore name underscore. So how
We
to
have
change
to
this?
Mm.
Sorry?
Rename.
Yes, rename
name.
this underscore name underscore into key, and then here first we had n, mean in bracket standard deviation, minimum and max. So we have to change these things,
Yes.
right? How to change them? Let's see. Data. Create again a new data set. Copy from class 3. Now here I'll write if underscore name underscore equals to n, then create a new variable equals to, or we can directly write then create key equals to underscore n. Else if underscore name underscore equals to mean SD, then key equals to mean in brackets SD. Again, we have to write for minimum comma max. Now we can drop this underscore name underscore, right?
Mhm. Priya, I'm assuming the space you gave for the length, instead we are not using the length statement, that's why you're giving the space
No, no, no. I
before
have to write that length statement. I'll tell you why I've written that length
okay.
space. Length. So if you think that instead of length statement, then I have to give the spaces here, right?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Now if I don't use length statement, it will just take only till here, till here.
Okay. Mm.
You will just set some length here.
Mm.
Okay, the variable name is key.
The dot for length statement.
If you want, we can, or else no need.
Okay.
What is this class? Now here we have to add this class statistics, right? On
Yes.
top of these values. So here what I'll do, I'll create one new data set, data new, and I'll take the same length and same variable and key equals to class statistics and then run. Now here I'll create a final data set. First copy this one and then class 4 run. So in new dataset we are having this variable and this one we are attaching to the class 4. So it will come like this. Now do you understand why I have used this space? Because
Yes.
here
Yeah.
class is starting from, suppose if you think from first position and we had some space and then n, mean, SD are there. So
Yeah.
to maintain that space I have given spaces in the code.
Thank you so much, Priya.
Okay. The same thing, everything, whatever we have done, all these codes will write when we generate a report.
Mm.
Okay. Everyone understood this one? So in this report, they'll just give you the data set like this and they'll give you the template also, like output. Here some numbers are there, but their x will be there. Okay. So those x we have to replace with numbers. Now here we should know to get those particular statistics which procedure we have to use and to combine what to use. So concatenation, put function, all this should come to your mind. And then how to make them into variables and then how to change them. Are you getting?
Continue. Mhm.
Yeah.
So this comes by practice, just practice, okay? So any questions, others?
Yes. In proc report, I didn't actually complete proc means, so I might have later, but I did work on proc report. I do have a question. You remember at the end to save our output as well as the log, you asked us to use proc print too.
Hmm.
That didn't work for me, Priya, when I used that when I was trying to save my report.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, see, I gave a local location. See how we are while using an in file, like the same location I gave. But how we used key.txt, that's how I gave. The key folder is being created, but file is being created, but there is zero data, 0 KB data. I couldn't save any data under it. I don't know why. I wanted to ask you if there is any setting like how for HTML you have said like maybe options to look into it. Do I
No,
have to change
nothing. Just
anything?
send me your code and show me the log window, what it is showing there.
Sure. Actually I didn't save it, but I will run it again and I will send it to you.
Yeah. Okay.
One more question I have is explain this, like proc report by default displays character variables as display variables, numeric as analysis variables. Can you explain that sentence for me?
Proc report displays what?
Um, proc report by default displays character variables
No,
and numerics as analysis variables.
default it displays character variables and what as analysis variables and numeric variables you are saying.
Numeric as analysis variables, yes.
No, in the proc report, whatever the variables are there, it will display everything in an output window, right? When we generate some statistics for the numeric variables, then only it will do analysis. But I didn't get your sentence. Why it is
Yeah.
like?
I didn't get. I was doing. I was doing some questions, answering, trying to answer it. So one of the answer was this. Maybe I'll send you the question and the answer. Then it will make more sense to you.
Okay.
And also in proc report, you said we can use the if you have to subset, we can use the where statement. So when we are using where statement, when we have to use so proc report data, then you give the where statement. After that, you start the column and define, or where does where statement fit in proc report?
After the defined statement, sorry, after the column statement.
After the column statement and before define, you subset the data and then start using the define statement.
Mm.
Okay.
If you are not mentioning the same variable in the defined statement, you can use that after the defined statement also.
I didn't get it. Sorry.
Suppose here, see, this is column statement and this is where statement.
Yes.
And if you are using some define, suppose some x variable is there, a variable, here a variable, after subsetting, if you are making some changes here,
Mhm.
okay, if the data is not there, after subsetting, if the data is not there, what it will throw you an error, right?
Yeah.
So depending on that, you can use that. So first subset define the variable and then you can use the where statement later also, after define statement.
Okay. Okay. Okay, try it out.
Okay then. So others, any questions? Today let's start SQL. So anyone have an idea what is meant by an SQL, full form of SQL?
Query language. What?
Yes, it's a structured query language. So now here we can generate an output by using SQL also, and the same output we'll get by using SAS code as well. So whichever you are comfortable to use, suppose if you are comfortable in using SQL codes, you can use that. If you are comfortable in using SAS codes, you can use SAS codes. But finally, you have to generate an output. That's it. Now let's see how to create a dataset in an SQL. So this SQL starts with a proc step. So proc SQL and create table. So till now in SAS we are calling that as a dataset, variables and observations, right? In the log window it will show you the same. But when you run the SQL code, it will show you as a table, columns and rows. So just give some dataset name and in brackets give the variable names. Name and name is a character variable. So write char. Age is a numeric variable. So write num and gender is a character variable. So write char. And then quit. So here we have to close with quit statement, not run. Now what we are doing by running this code? We are just creating the dataset new with three variables. See in the log window, table work.new created with 0 rows and 3 columns. What are those 3 columns? Name, age and gender. Now how to insert the rows? So if you want to insert the rows, we can insert in two ways. So write insert into the dataset name and then here by using a value statement, values So first name is there. So always these should be in an order. So give the name like Mithun, age 40, gender male. And if you want to insert one more observation, again write value statement Kumar 45 male, like this. And we have to give semicolon only at the end of the observations, not for each and every statement, only at the end. And now run this code. See, two rows were inserted into work.new. Now if you open, see here, we had name, age, gender, and then two observations. So we can insert values in another way also. So second way is insert into dataset name, and then by using a set. So here by using set statement set, we can give in any order here. Name equals to Lena, gender equals to female, age equals to 30. And if you want one more here, you can give in any order, because here we are writing the variable names.
Variable name, yeah.
And name equals to Lisa. So now here two more rows were inserted. So totally four observations will be there here. See, this is how we can create a data set in an SQL.
So insert is nothing but in-file statement in a data step. Can I
It's like
compare like?
cast.
Insert is like in in-file statement you are saying.
Yeah,
No.
that's how we were giving the values, right? Like using an input statement, we
Input.
define.
Okay, you are saying in-file. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay,
In an input statement, we will give the here. It is like
yeah,
using both input and then the data lines.
okay, yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
I agree. Input and data lines makes sense.
Don't compare everything like that. Finally, you will end with confusion. Okay.
I try to relate, then it is easy because there are so many functions and so many.
Hmm.
If I don't have a connection, then I forget it. So I'm trying to
Okay, but
make okay.
some, if you go in depth about each and every topic, you will get confusion. So just learn to how much extent it is necessary till there. Okay. Okay. Now let's see how to print the data set. So in SAS, we'll use proc print procedure, right? So here, just simply select star from the dataset name. So if you run like this, that means we are selecting all, star means selecting all the variables, and we are printing the data, name, age, and gender. In case if you want to print only a particular name variable, suppose name and age you want to print, then give name and age. Now it will print name and age. It's like using where statement now in a proc print procedure. Okay. Now how to copy the data set? In SAS, how do you copy the data set?
By set
Yes.
Such
set state.
Set statement here proc SQL. We'll write create table, new one as. We have to write as and select. If you want to copy all the variables, give star from new and then quit. Now here we are creating a new data set and we are copying all the variables. It is just simply using only a set statement. In case here if you write only a particular variables, it is like using either keep or drop data set option. Now it will use only these two variables. Keep it will only these two variables. Clear? And how to sort the data sets. In SAS, we'll use proc sort procedure and by which variable? By that variable, right? Here in SAS, we use order statement. Order by which variable? By age. Run this. See, by age it's sorted. Simply
We don't
here,
have to mention proc sort.
no need of any those statements. Just simply here we can simply write order by. But the same thing if you want to do in SAS, we have to write two steps. One, first we have to write proc sort, and then by using a data statement, set statement, we need to copy the data, right?
Mhm.
But here if you just use only the single code, this is enough. And remember here in SQL, we'll give semicolon only at the end of the statement. If you want, we can write in a continuous statement also, single line like this. Or else if you want to split, we can split this. But we have to use semicolon only at the end. And by defaultly, it will sort in an ascending order. In case if you want to sort in descending order, so here we have to write disk. In SAS here we'll write by descending variable name. Here variable name and then disk. Now it's sorted in a descending order. If you want to sort by these variables, either you can write the variable name or the position. So age is at second place, right? So we can give 2. Instead of writing the variable name, we can give the position of that variable as well. Clear how to sort the data? If you want to sort by multiple variables, like if you want to sort by name and age, then you can write name, comma age or 1, comma 2 like that.
And here there is no conversion of character to character variable numeric.
What? Character to numeric.
No, I'm not saying character to numeric, but in data step, when we are giving a numeric, we character variable, we give a next to name, say suppose you give dollar like that, right? So here it's not like that,
No, no.
not required.
Mhm. Hmm. And then how to apply the formats. If you want to apply the format, suppose here for age you want to apply a format. So here write format equals to some, let's think some gender dot like this. Just next to the variable name, write format equals to, that's it. No need to write again in a separate statement, format statement. Here simply in the same statement, write format equals to the, it will apply the format. Now if I run, it will throw an error because this format is not created, but this is the syntax, how to apply the formats. And to label the variable names or to rename the variable names. So here simply as age1. This is how we'll
So to
rename. Sorry?
okay to create a format name, we don't use a proc format here, right?
Yes, we can
So
use.
Not to,
We'll
yeah,
create by using proc format.
then values
Yes,
we can
values
write.
and then yes, that is same. Or if you have some date and time, already we had so many already created formats, so we can use them.
In place of run, we have to write quit.
No, no, no. That is separate. Whenever you are using SQL, then only we'll use quit.
Oh,
Okay, proc format, that syntax is different. Okay. And to rename the variable names, simply you can just write as. No need to write rename equals to age1. See, now here it changed as age1. And to apply the labels, we have to use label statement, right? But here, if you simply write in brackets age of the subject, now it will take that as a label. Okay. View by column labels and view by column names. The label is name of the subject. Sorry, age of the subject. So clear? These syntaxes, how to use, these are very easy. How to apply, rename and all. No need to remember the syntaxes. Just simply if you use these in the same statement, we can do everything here. And okay, again same to subset the data. If you want to use where statement, here we can use where statement. Like where statement, those concepts remain same. Where sex equals to F. Then here it will take only female records from the new data set. And how to create a new variables. We can create a character variable and we can create numeric variable also. Okay.
But how to differentiate character
So
and
when
numeric
we
value?
create the data set, here we'll give characters in quotations and numerics no need to give in quotations. And also while writing the variable names, we'll write char and num. In the notes here, you will find both Sas code and also in SQL code. Okay. So practice both. Let's take this example. Now here in this data set, I want to create a new salary. Okay, just add salary 1000. Then how do we write in SAS?
If statement.
Hmm?
We can use an if statement.
Simple. Data your new salary, new data set name set emp underscore salaries. New salary equals to salary plus 1000. That's it. Right?
Yeah, set statement.
Using set statement, we'll copy the data and simply write new salary equals to salary plus 1000. Then it will create a new salary variable and then it will add 1000 to this
Okay, good. Yeah.
values. But if you want to do in SQL here, proc SQL, select. If you want to select all the variables, select star and then
Nice.
salary plus 1000 as new salary, take from emp underscore salaries and then quit. Remember, okay, I'll write the SAS code also.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, plus thousand. Yeah.
Now here in SQL, we'll write everything in a reverse way when compared to SQL. SAS. See, first here we are writing select all the variables. We are giving the condition first and then writing the variable name, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
But in SAS, we'll give the variable name and then the condition. And we will mention the set statement first, copying
Yeah.
from which dataset. But after declaring the variables, then at the end we'll write from which dataset we want to copy. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so see, he created a new salary and added 1000. In case if you want to, I want to create add salary based on the sale, increase the salary based on sale. Like if sale is greater than 500, then increase salary plus 2000. If sale is in between to 400 to 500, then 1500, like that. Here simple we'll use if then statement,
Mhm.
right? In SQL we will use case when then. Let's see how to write a code for that. Proc SQL. If you want to create a new dataset, we'll just simply write create table, a new dataset name, or else just simply if you write select, it will print. Select star case when sale is greater than or equals to 500, then salary plus 2000. When sale is greater than or equals to 400 and sale less than 500, then I want salary plus 1500. So like this, however, how many conditions you want to give, we can give that. When sale is greater than or equals to 300 and less than 400, then I want salary plus 1000. Else for the rest, else do salary plus 500. Now here we are done with the conditions, right? Values where, but where is the variable name, new variable? So we need to end as new salary, and all these we are taking from which data set? From emp underscore salaries, and then quit. See, based on the sale it added. Clear? In SAS we'll use if then statement. So first we'll write the set statement, this one, and then if sale is greater than, then new salary equals to salary plus 1000, like that we'll write. If this is a character variable, then simply here we'll give that in quotations. As this is a numeric variable, we are doing some calculations. In case here if you want to give more, less, or some comments like that, then we'll keep the text in quotations. That's it. Here at the each and every statement we are adding salary plus, right? Instead of writing here for each and every statement, we can add that front to case plus salary plus case. That means this one will be applicable for all these. Clear? Okay. And I'll just tell you few syntaxes also, but we won't use them. Just simply for your knowledge, I'll tell you. If you want to delete any of these data sets, how do you delete? Just simply select and delete, or right click delete, right? So here in SQL, we can drop them by writing proc SQL drop table class and then quit. This class is there? No. Class 1. Now it will remove that class 1. That's it. But usually we won't write a syntax to delete a data set. Okay. And what else are there? Yeah, if you write describe means that is equivalent to contents, proc content. Okay, and yeah, operators. We had few operators like union all, union intersect, and except. What is this union all? Union all means it will combine two data sets. If suppose if you have two data sets, let's take these two as an examples. So now if you want to combine these two, so how do we write? How to stack the data?
In chat?
Yeah.
In SAS.
Okay, yeah, by using the step.
Yes, set plans 2008 and 2009. That's it, right? If you want to combine here, we'll write proc SQL. Select star from plans underscore 2008. Union all. Select star from plans 2009. And then quit.
Here star stands for
All the variables. Okay, union all means it will just simply combine them. That's it. See, plan code. If you check by plan code P101, 201, 207, and again 420, again 109. It's not in an order, right? Either ascending or descending order. So if you want to sort by any variable here, sorry, union all will just simply add. Another operator is union. Union means here it will add in a sequential order. That means it will first sort the datas, the variables. Simply here the syntax is same. We'll just simply change the variable operator name. So now union means it will sort by defaultly by all these variables. So P101, see 109 like this. If you have two same plan codes, then it will go for the next variable. So next variable 2008 will come first, then 2009 like that. But in SAS, we have to sort the data set and then we have to use the data step, right? So here you can use simply union. And next one is intersect. Intersect here it gives you only the matching data. In between these two data sets, what is the common data is there? So here just write intersect. Now intersect, let's run this. Here see, is it giving you any output? No. Go to log window. Nothing is wrong. No rows were selected. That means here there is no matching data in between these two. When you check plan code and plan code P101, here 101 is not there, right? That means the entire record should be similar.
But see, yeah, no, it's not matching 2009.
Yes, here 2008 and 2009, so obviously the data will not match. That's why here it is showing you the 0 rows were selected. Let's take, instead of taking all the variables, let's take by
Okay.
plan code and then plan. Now here, what is the common data? P101, here it's not there. 201, not there. 207, yes, it's there. So again here plan is 1 minute per 1 rupee and here what is it? Here also 1 minute per 1 rupee, so it will give you that. 345 not there, 420 is there, 1 minute per ATP. Here also same. And 431 here it's not there. It will check for these values also. 225 it's not there. So we just had only two observations in common. So it will give you those two. Intersect gives you the common observations between these two variables. Data sets. Next one is except. Except means here it will give you the non-matching data from the first data set. So matching means 207 and 420. Non-matching means rest of the observations 101, 201 and 345. So here write except. Like this. So are you guys understanding this SQL?
So union and order will pretty much sort the data, right?
So now here it is not mandatory that we have to use only SQL and we have to use only SAS codes. Whichever is easy for you and whichever is comfortable. Sometimes using SQL, number of statements and number of codes will be less. Sometimes it will be more. So wherever it is less, we'll use those codes. Okay. Because in real time, if you can generate an output with lesser codes, that makes sense. For simple output also, if you are writing so many codes, definitely they will understand, okay, you don't have that much knowledge on SAS codes, syntaxes, right? So till here, are you clear? Okay. And we had few more also like joins. Again, joins are important. Joins are equivalent to merges. So if I start, I can't complete now. Tomorrow practice merges. Again, I will not explain merge. Okay. So like today, I'll just simply explain you. Today told you in SAS how do we write the code, right? But
Mhm.
while explaining joins, I will not tell you which merge we have to use. I'll just ask you, okay, to get this particular output, which merge we have to use. So as tomorrow